Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Ripple, XRP, and also pretty much the entire crypto market, as well as a few other things that I really want to talk about in specifics in regards to where we are headed in terms of the overall bull market and what I do think could be happening very, very soon. So with that being said, I do want to talk to you guys specifically about a few topics before we jump into the video. And first and foremost, that is pretty much that we are still selling our crypto themed posters. I do plan on updating this more and more. I do want to get into different styles, maybe get some stuff from my overall design team that I do work with. It's pretty much a company that I work with. Now, overall, there's a ton of XRP themed posters on here. I believe that we have one, two, three themed XRP posters. I do plan on updating this more and more as we do march forward in. But with that being said, let's actually jump into what's more important, and that is the overall market. So let me refresh this. So we do see that the market is up about 2.54%. Bitcoin is ranging around the 46.6K zone. Ethereum is still down. Overall, the market cap is sitting at about $2.13 trillion market cap, fairly stable, if you will. I honestly haven't seen us really move too much. We've been ranging around the $2.10 trillion level. In terms of XRP, XRP is pretty much sitting stable around some solid support zone. It is at number 7, as we do see Solana pretty much take the wheel. But overall, nothing too crazy in regards to that aspect. I do want to talk to you guys about the chart, though. And before I even jump into anything here, I do want to ask you guys one quick question. If I showed you this chart, what are you doing? Are you buying, selling? What are you guys honestly doing? Comment down below what you guys are doing. So in regards to that, I do want to talk to you guys about a few things, and that is the overall market structure that we are in. So obviously, we always look at past market cycles. We look at the 2017, 2018 bull run. We also look at the 2013, 2014 bull run and really kind of address what is happening, right? But there's really nothing to kind of talk about in regards to that aspect, because even going back to the 2013, 2014 bull run, this was actually a significant jump in price. Let me actually move everything onto the chart. So if we actually look here from the bottom of this candle to the topping point here, it was almost 1,000%. And it kind of does that same nice solid movement as we do range on. And then here is that nice bull run from the 2017, 2018 time period. And I've talked about this for quite some time. So roughly speaking, this was about, let me actually remove all this other stuff off of the chart. So roughly from the bottom of that candle to the topping point, this is actually a 2,900% of an increase in price. And we could technically go off of the full lows of 2017 if we actually want to. Now, I believe that this is actually from the bottom peak here, January 2017. This is actually showing a 210,000% of a run. I don't think that that is more so logical. I think that we could actually go off of the bottom of this candle. So this is like about 79,000% of an increase in price, which is more logical. That's what I'm more so leaning towards. It is hard to kind of see this on Bitstamp. Bitstamp doesn't really show too much in depth on this, and it is hard to see it even on Binance. But it is roughly about an 80,000% of an increase in price from 2017 to 2018. But overall, what I'm talking about in terms of that, right, is the idea that that is from the bottom of this candle to pretty much the topping point at $3.84. If we actually go from the high that Bitstamp is actually showing us from the bottom candle down there, that is 80,000% right there. But if we actually go off of the bottom candle, which I think might be a scam wick, I don't think that we actually seen this. I wasn't paying attention, to be completely honest with you, at this time. I actually can't even remember this, but I do know that this is saying 120,000%. But again, Bitstamp is very hard to actually see or tell if this is legit. I would more so go off of this candle here that looks a little bit more legitimate. Now, that would be a 70,000% of an increase in price. Now, if we're actually talking about what we have done so far this bull run, right? So we could actually go off of the low pinpoint and actually kind of zoom in here real quick. So I always base it off of the March of 2020 lows, and I know a lot of people say like, oh, you can't use that low factor because it doesn't make sense to, but I actually like to use it overall. So we only did about a 1,500% of an increase in price so far this bull run. So what happens if we do just a half of this pump, right? A 35,000% of an increase in price. All right, so it's not too, crazy of a number. Realistically speaking, I think that we could see highs of $35, and the reason for that being is even at $35, we are still under 30K. Now at 35,000% of an increase in price, we would be at roughly about $43. Okay, and I know a lot of people have some crazy price targets for XRP this bull run, people saying, triple digits, whatever the case may be. I don't think that necessarily happens this bull run just yet, but I will say this, $50 is achievable in the circumstance that we do get that nice SEC win, which I have zero doubt that we won't. US-based customers rejoining the Ripple team. We also see HODL services ramping up around the world, and not only that, but we also see major relistings possible with the Ripple IPO as well. Now, in regards to what I personally think will happen more so, is a little bit less of a jump in price. I don't think that we possibly do a 40,000% of an increase in price because there's just too many factors to factor in. Now, that is in a world where all the stars align perfectly and things look very, very good. In regards to XRP right now, all right, we're ranging. We kind of jumped off of the 50-day MA. I would say more so the 200-day MA because we broke down a little bit below it. That's going back to the Bitcoin dip. This looks a little bit bearish. Looks like we could retest the 50 possibly at $1. Who knows? I think that we kind of hold this support line around that $1.05 to $1.10. I believe that this actually might be $1.05, or so this is actually $1.02, $1.01. It's around that nice $1 to $1.10 zone that we're in, that nice chop zone. I'm looking forward to seeing what could actually play out in the coming weeks. But I do think that by the end of September, we will range into a major bull market where we will see XRP kind of range. Now, XRP likes to be the last percentage gainer during the bull run. So I think that our topping point for XRP is somewhere in the middle to the end of December into the beginning of January, similar to the 2017-2018 bull run. Now, where are my personal target points for XRP where I would consider selling some? Is about the $10 to $15 range, right? And then after that, my next targets are $20 to $25. Around that zone is a very solid pinpoint from our current prices. I know a lot of people will say that I'm crazy for thinking about selling, whatever the case may be. I love the XRP army in terms of the idea that they think that, if you sell XRP, you're simply missing out on everything, but that's not the case, right? If you don't take profit, the market will. Now, in regards to XRP and where we end up at, right, because a lot of people are saying some major price influxes for Bitcoin still, and so forth. I personally don't think Bitcoin goes too much higher this bull run, but I will say the $15 zone looks very juicy because that's a 1,200% of an increase in price, and technically speaking, if we go off of even the 2013-2014 bull run, that's just a little bit more than what that price target was. And altcoins have been gaining a lot of strength lately opposed to Bitcoin. I think that Bitcoin's actually kind of tapering off in terms of dominance. Even in regards to Bitcoin dominance right now, the dominance looks very bearish. I think that we are about to break 40% actually and hit my target point down here at about 39.66%. Which is very good because this means that a lot more money is actually kind of flowing out of Bitcoin and more so into altcoins, as we do see Algorand and a few other altcoins really pumping hard. Now, in regards to that, I don't think that Bitcoin's going to be around too much longer in terms of its overall dominancy factor because I do think that the utility bull run is going to be happening in 2022. And I think that will range us into 2025 plus. But the interesting thing is about this overall price influx for XRP is, realistically speaking, if we're talking about the next major run up, right? If we're talking about $30, I think that is a very achievable price target from our current levels because that's simply a 2,600% of an increase in price. And I've been calling for about $15 to $25 for quite some time. I've said $10 to $15 is very achievable as well. Conservative price targets would be about that $10 to $15. And the reason why is because there's still a lot of attention on the XRP lawsuit. I'm sure everybody like everybody knows about XRP now just because of this lawsuit. A lot of my friends were selling their XRP. A lot of people are actually out of XRP currently right now, and they'll most likely miss out on this pump, right? Because they're so fearful of what's happening with this SEC lawsuit. But the factor is that when we look at Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin's been showing signs of weakness for a very long time. Don't get me wrong, I still think that we get to all-time highs. I still think that we range to about, 85 to 95K, somewhere around there. I don't think that we top out around 100K plus. I think that that's the taper and off point. I think that that's going to be the major trap for a lot of people, maybe to keep them bag holding for 3 years. Who knows if Bitcoin will even get to 100K plus ever. Overall, in terms of what's happening with Bitcoin, is I think it's following its same structure of 2017, 2018, where I think that we range for about 21 days. We'll top out or start to top out and build to the top at this point at the end of September into October. And then in October is when we'll range to the all-time high, being broken by sometime in here, right? This is our topping out point in the beginning of December, pretty much the end of November into December. So during this entire time, we'll probably be ranging. While that's happening, I think that the price appreciation for XRP will range us to the all-time high plus and get into price discovery similar to most other altcoins. Right now, it almost looks like we are in a major cup and handle for XRP. Where we are basically waiting for the next validation pinpoint. And this is on the weekly chart, by the way, not the daily, just to give you guys an insight. But it looks very bullish in the sense that we have been holding fairly strong in terms of support, kind of doing that sideways momentum trading on the weekly chart, not on the daily chart. In the sense on the daily chart still looks very bullish as well, kind of doing this nice momentum, sideways trading. I think it's holding strong here, and I think that the next pinpoint or the pinnacle of success for XRP is the next breakout event. But I think that Bitcoin needs to pretty much cooperate with us in that sense as well. We do see Ethereum kind of ranging similar to XRP as well, ranging on some solid support. Ethereum dominance just broke down below its overall resistance point, so that means that a lot more, dominance is going into other alts besides Bitcoin and Ethereum currently. But I'm watching two key factors for XRP and for this market, and that is the dollar, as we do see the dollar ranging. It looks fairly bearish, to be completely honest with you. It can't really break out of this resistance point. It rejected it. And then I'm also watching the indices, as they did close red today, down 152 points almost on the Dow Jones, down almost 40 points on the NASDAQ, and down 20, almost 1 points on the S&P 500. So this is getting very bearish. The dollar is very bearish as well. So, I think risk assets at the end of the day, and most likely crypto, is going to have a massive blow off top very shortly here. And I think that that's going to be happening within that time zone, going back to even Bitcoin. So I think from the overall candle here, okay, I think that we're pretty much ranging for a nice 21-day pattern. And I don't think that's going to take 21 days from now. I think that it's going to happen on the 28th of September. So about roughly 19 more days to go before our next major breakout event on XRP, following the same structure of 2017, 2018. And then we will repeat that nice percentage pump where we basically top out somewhere in the December into January timeframe, similar to the 2017, 2018 bull run. And I think that we could do a massive shift from our current prices, up about 1,200% to just $15. But I think at the high end, we could see, I seriously think that we could see $30, to be honest with you, and that's a 2,600% of an increase in price. But I'm still ranging for the $15 to $25 zone. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But I do think that this bull run is going to be definitely something to be watching throughout this entire time period, because I think that this bull run is going to be a historical one. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.